freebie.
Today's patron shoutout goes to Ringo Jam. Thank you so very much for the support. And this video is sponsored by Woovebox. There we go. That's enough rehearsal for tomorrow's video. Ooh, ow. I zipped my finger in the case. Ouch. Need a Band-Aid. Well, another sponsored video comes out tomorrow.
Is that a problem? You love the Woovebox and this is your job.
I guess. I don't know. I just don't want people to think I'm a shill. Anyway, probably not worth thinking about. Tomorrow's Halloween. I'm excited.
Me too.
Night.
All right.
You're a shill.
I'm not a shill.
Just take the dirty money.
You take the dirty money.
No one watches the chips anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
You're a shill.
I'm not a shill. What the hell? Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Freebeat. Happy Halloween. I hope you enjoyed that silly little sketch. The Woovebox creator reached out to me a little while ago and asked if I would be willing to do a sponsored video showcasing a new firmware update that is available, wait for it, right now, and as well as showcase a few other features that have been added since launch, which was over a year ago. That kind of hit me this morning. It's been a while since this came out. It feels like it was just yesterday. Anyway, as Lady Freebeat said in that sketch, I do love the Woovebox, and this is my job, so I said yes, and that's what we're going to do today. So first things first, the new firmware update is available right now. However, as you can see, the haunted nature of my Woovebox here is a custom firmware that was created just for this little bit. Don't worry, if you install the latest firmware, you will not curse your Woovebox by taking it. Okay, so the big draw of this update is the reveal, I guess it would be, since it's already been there, of the Hall sensor. So the Woovebox actually has a sensor, which is about right here. It's under the E in Woovebox right there, so it's like right here-ish. It actually responds to magnets and allows you to modulate different parameters. So that's actually what was under that Band-Aid on my finger, was a tiny little magnet that I got at the hardware store. One of these little ones right here. It was just a couple bucks, and I slipped it under the Band-Aid for the little performance, and that's how I was able to modulate the level of the lead track, just like this. Super fun. And the way you access that, by the way, is just by going into song mode, and then in the effects section of your song, it's going to be on button 16 down here. You can see there's the Hall sensor, and you can choose the parameter that you want to affect. And there's a whole bunch of different options, which is super cool. I would recommend trying filter and volume just to get used to it, and then you can jump into some of the deeper ones, like there's some LFO manipulation you can do, which is really cool. And yeah, have fun with it. Now, while this update is pretty cool, there have been a lot more features added to the Woovebox. I'm not going to cover everything, but let's look at some of the tricks I used to make the sounds for the sketch in this video, which, yes, by the way, every sound in this video that wasn't me talking or just ambient background noise from the camera was made on the Woovebox. So there is now a strum function for the chord track, which functions just like you might think. Let's go ahead and find an empty pattern here, and I'll show you how it works. So I'm going to sequence this chord here, and it's a step effect. So if we hold it down, cycle through the different step options here, and when we get to the do page, we can scroll through the different parameters until we get to strum. Pretty neat. You can get some really cool atmospheric stuff that way. Moving on, all of the dialogue that was spoken by the Woovebox in the sketch was also made on the Woovebox itself. So the sampler now has a mic level input option, and using one of these cheap little Amazon microphones, you can simply sample directly into it, which is really, really cool. Just like that. To make those voice samples, I simply went in and I set the carrier of the lead track to be noise, and then I went into the vocoder by cycling through the sampler option a few times and simply recorded the dialogue, and using that noise carrier with the vocoder gives it that super creepy whisper effect. And from there, I just simply went in and played around with effects and pitch until I found a sound that I liked, and I really like it.
Just take the dirty money. No one watches the channel anyway. Hack. Push. Play.
Yeah, super fun. There is a new delay effect. So if we go into song mode, go to the effects page, and nope. Right here, here it is. On button number 4, if we hold that down, we can actually see that we now have a sparkle delay, which is a pitch shifted delay, and it can be kind of used to give you that shimmer sparkly effect. And I actually used some of this delay on these vocal effects as well, and also on the snare drum. Two very different uses there. You can mess with the depth and the speed to dial it in, exactly how you want. And there's one more effect that you may have heard at the very, very end of the song. I recorded a sample of my wife saying, "I wish our neighbors would shut up," because they were being super loud, into the sampler. And then I turned it into this super creepy sample by using the warp algorithm, which is essentially like time stretching. I'm not really well versed on this kind of thing in samplers, but basically the Woovebox accomplishes it by using the amplitude and pitch, which turns into time, of oscillator 2. And then you kind of modulate those and manipulate those, and you get some really fun, like warped, time stretchy results. So here's what that sounds like. And there's one extra sample from the PO24 Office that I actually did the same exact thing to with the time stretching there. And I think that sample is just that one. Yeah, that's unstretched. So yeah, super cool. And don't worry, all of this will be covered on the Woovebox website under the support section. I'm just kind of giving a brief overview here, but there is a lot that you can go into. This algorithm is super deep, and you can get some crazy results with it. I'm sure people are going to go nuts. And like I said, there have been a lot more features added to the Woovebox since launch. Those are the ones that I was asked to talk about. However, I do want to mention the random patch and random sequence generator. I've actually covered these on my channel before several times because I love them so much. But if we just go to like a blank song here, I can go into the kick drum here, and using the context menu, I can make a random kick drum pattern. Then I can do it on a snare track and on a hi-hat track. And because of how the Woovebox tracks track behavior between like basses and snares and kicks and all that, they're actually, the randomized patterns are made quite sensibly. We'll randomize a bass pattern here. Like if we don't like that snare drum, we can actually randomize the patch too on the patch page. Let's randomize some chords. That's all random right there. Then, of course, you can tweak the patches as you see fit too, as well as the sequences, but I just like to shout out that feature whenever I get the opportunity because I think it's freaking genius. I just threw that together live in what, like 45 seconds? Yeah, awesome for getting started and finding inspiration in a jam. Combo that with all the other features, and the Woovebox I think is looking pretty killer right now. And yes, this is a sponsored video, but I think I've proven my love for the Woovebox here on the channel already, so I hope you'll forgive me for doing this. I'm on the wrong song, aren't I? Yeah, I am. For doing this. Thanks again to Woovebox for sponsoring the video. Thanks to my wife for agreeing to be in that ridiculous sketch. And thanks to all of you for watching. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like on it. If not, you can always leave a dislike. That's okay too. Doesn't hurt my feelings, just makes me try that much harder next time. Either way, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Thank you all so very much for being here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.